Hey guys, Jeremy Boss here. This is the second episode of the Escape Room Dude video blog, and I wanted to touch on a few things common with escape rooms and a few different philosophies that different escape rooms have. And so a few of those, I guess the first thing that comes up a lot is questions that come up from players are, do I need to know anything to solve this room? Meaning, do I need to have some street smarts in order to solve some of the puzzles? And so my answer to them is typically, I don't assume anybody knows anything when they come into my room. Except for, I assume that they know how to reason or they know how to deduct. And so I hope that players would bring reasoning and common sense into my room. So I know common sense, that's a hotly debated, meaning one common sense to somebody is not common sense to someone else. But some real world examples of common sense and what I understand common sense, actually this is even found in my room, is a chessboard. I don't assume anybody, or I don't assume everybody knows how to set up a chessboard, because not everybody is a chess player, myself included. Yes, I know how to play, but I am not an avid player by any means. And so, I don't assume you know how to play chess. So, in our rooms, we would provide something, a picture of how a chessboard is supposed to be set up. So, no, I don't require you to know how to play chess, as long as you know how to match the pictures with the object, meaning, let's take the king. There is the shape of the king picture on a little diagram, and so you take the king and put it where it needs to be. So that's an example of common sense. That's again, you can go a lot of different directions with that, but I think it's not fun going into a room when you're required street smarts. It's mainly for the customers or the players. I am an avid player myself to other escape rooms. When you get to a puzzle and you're required to know something, street smarts, you're just required to know, trivial facts or Jeopardy questions. That's just not fun at all, because you cannot even solve the puzzle unless you happen to know what the answer is. And if you don't, well, then what do? You call up your game master, the person whose place you're at that's helping you facilitate the game, and say, hey, what's the answer to this question? How do I solve this? And if you're required to get a clue to solve a puzzle, like there is no other way to do it, then what fun is that if the room's not even solvable? So that leads into another thing, another subject, and that is escape rooms that are not solvable without help from the game master. I think that, again, I think that's a flaw in the game myself. This is just my own personal opinion. I think the game should be solvable without any hints from the outside of the room. So I've tried to design my room that way. Yes, so far only a handful of people have been able to get out without hints, but it is possible. So some of the rooms, I just watched one recently on Conan O'Brien where he was in a room and did it, and the game master was in the room with him while they were playing. I'm not a big fan of that, although I haven't actually done it yet, so that's just me putting my own inference on it. But the game master was interrupting the gameplay. Meaning, when Conan O'Brien would go off and do a puzzle, the game master might say, oh, I don't know if you should do that. You should probably work on this next. I think that's just a very poorly designed room to where you need guidance in order to get through it. I think that the puzzles and the clues that you find in the room should reveal themselves in such a way to where it's not just telling you, hey, go open the cabinet on the bottom left drawer and pull out the sugar jar. It shouldn't be just clear as day, here, go do this. Now it's just becoming busy work instead of a puzzle. It should just lead you into something. Try to make you have you make the jump from the clue to the puzzle and being able to solve it, which I think that sets apart a lot of escape rooms from the manufactured escape rooms. The people that just go out, buy a bunch of props from escape room puzzle builders. They just go buy up all these puzzles, put them in a room, or they just go buy a bunch of combination locks, put it in a room, throw a bunch of pieces of paper everywhere with a whole bunch of written numbers on everything, and I don't know, that's just a very poorly made room because you're just doing busy work. Okay, you find ABC, you plug in ABC, it's done. It should be leading you through the room. And so, anyway, I think as all these rooms are popping up all over the place now, me included, because I'm not a veteran at this yet, I hope to be, but they're popping up everywhere. And I think what the rooms that are going to last are the rooms that are going to be unique in that the puzzles were designed very well and then leading you through the room and leading you through the puzzles rather than you just picking up random objects and you get a piece of paper that says match these random objects together. Anyway, so I can go on about that. Hopefully that got across my points. 2 points of just I don't assume anybody knows anything other than reasoning, and the second thing was just I think a room should be solvable without clues. Not that every team is going to not need clues. It's more likely than not they will, but as long as it's possible, I think that's a well-designed room in my experience so far. So hopefully that was informational for you. If you have any questions, any comments on it, please do comments. I will try to answer them on my next video. And so, thank you guys. There's episode 2. I'll see you next time on the Escape Room Dude. Thanks.